It's time for story time from the Satsuma Public Library. This is Miss Evelyn. I want to say hey to all the boys and girls out there watching and to our Bridgeway children. I want to give a big shout out to the ones at Satsuma. I want to shout out to Brooks, Maddox, and Jeremy. Hey guys. And down at Saraland, Evie, Beckham, and James Wyatt. Sure hope y'all are having a good day. I decided since it's been really cold weather here, and it has been cold, really cold, we even had a few snowflakes in Satsuma and Saraland. Not many, but a few. So I thought I'd pick a couple of winter books for us to read today. And we're going to start out by reading The Little Snowflake by Stevie Metzger. It was a cold winter's day. Up in the sky, the little snowflake was inside a big gray cloud. When I reach the ground, he said, I want to be a part of the biggest and best snowman in the world. The little snowflake looked down. It's a long way to go. But I'm brave, said the little snowflake as he jumped. Well, Miss Evelyn is throwing the book on the floor. How about that? There we go. Falling and tumbling through the sky, the little snowflake saw many other snowflakes whirling and twirling. Some had simple patterns, some had fancy designs, but all of them had 6 sides. What a beautiful sight, he thought. See all the different snowflakes? Each one is different. On the way down, the little snowflake bounced off of another snowflake. Move over, buddy, the other snowflake shouted. Watch where you're going. I'm sorry, the little snowflake said. I didn't mean to bump into you. The little snowflake kept falling and falling. Suddenly, he landed on something with feathers. This can't be the ground, the little snowflake thought. It's too soft. Looking down, he yelled, It's a goose! What's going to happen to me now? The goose was flying with lots of geese. They flew in the shape of a giant V. First the geese veered left and then right. Suddenly they began to flap their wings to go very fast. There's the little snowflake on the goose. Oops! The little snowflake fell off the goose. Here I go again, he said, falling and falling, down, down, down. I hope I land in that big meadow over there, the little snowman said. It would be perfect. It would be the perfect spot for children to build a snowman, with me in it. Falling and falling, down, 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 closer and closer to the ground. Here I come, said the little snowflake as he yelled. Finally, the little snowflake did land in the big meadow, but not on the ground. Oh no, the little snowflake said. I've landed on a big stone. What will happen next? See, he's landed on the stone over here. Anna made a snowball. Excuse me. The little snowflake watched as some children began to gather nearby. Let's build a snowman, Anna said. That's a great idea, Jacob added. Yes, said the little snowflake, a really great idea. Anna made a snowball and began to roll it across the snow. The snowball grew bigger and bigger. This snowball's getting too big for me to push by myself, Anna said. I'll help you, Greg said. Good job, kids, the little snowflake called out. Don't forget about me. But the children didn't hear or see the little snowflake. The snowball grew so big that Julia and Jacob needed to help roll it. The children pushed the big snowball toward the little snowflake. Oh boy, the little snowflake said. Now they'll roll that big snowball over here and pick me up. Then my wish will come true. But before they reached the little snowflake, Anna shouted, Stop! What's going on? Asked Jacob. Look, there's a stone, Anna replied. Our snowball might break apart if we roll over it. Okay, Greg said. We'll stop here. Now let's make the middle. I'm still here, the little snowflake cried out. Then he sang this song. Look at me, look at me. I'm down here on this stone. Please put me in your snowman. Don't leave me all alone. But nobody heard the little snowflake's song. The little snowflake sadly looked at Julia, Jacob, and Greg roll the snowman's middle, while Anna rolled the smaller snowball for the head. After they stacked the snowballs, Greg said, It really looks good. No, it doesn't, the little snowflake said to himself. It doesn't look good at all. But our snowman's not finished, Anna said. It needs 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. And me, the little snowflake shouted. Let's use these 2 rocks here for eyes, Julia said. And these little rocks for the mouth, added Jacob. Here's a carrot stick for the nose, said Greg. I had an extra one in my lunch bag. Now it's really done, Anna added. All the children stood back to take a good look at their snowman. It still doesn't look right, Julia said. It's missing something. She looked down and noticed the little snowflake on the big stone. Look at this. It's a snowflake, said Anna, and he's all by himself. The little snowflake began to smile. He couldn't believe the children were looking at him. Let's use him for our snowman, Greg said. But where? Jacob asked. I know, Julia said. Carefully picking up the little snowflake, she placed him on one of the rocks. She said, He'll be the twinkle in our snowman's eye. The little snowflake smiled his biggest smile. The children stood back to take another look at their snowman. Now it's the best snowman in the whole world, Anna said. The other children agreed, and so did the little snowflake. See him there in the eye of the snowman? Now he's the twinkle. The end. All right, that's our first book. Now we're going to read a story about a hedgehog that lives on a farm. The name of the book is The Snowy Nap, and it's by Jan Brett. Young Hedgie sniffed the chilly wind. Snow is on the way, he thought. I'll just take a last ramble around the farm. He did not want to miss a minute. He could barely keep his eyes open as he walked. The hens noticed at once. excuse me. Time for Betty Bye, they cackle. It won't be long before you have to hibernate and our coop will be bedazzled by icicles. Okay. In a sleepy daze, Hedgie trundled past the pond. The geese honked. Goodbye till spring. We'll think of you as we play slip and slide across the pond ice. It's already starting to freeze. Hedgie came to the sheep shed. Nighty-night, the sheep baaed at him. One of the sheep has seen hedgehogs on the farm for their cozy den year after year when winter arrived. She also was ready to tell Hedgie what he would miss. I'll soon see the snowman Lisa makes, she said. The billy goat overheard and crunched across the frozen field to add, as usual, you'll miss winter blue time, when the sun sets and the snowy farm appears in every shade of blue. The pig watched Hedgie stop for a big yawn. Have a good winter's sleep, she oinked. If only I could save a few snowflakes for you. No two are alike. When the pony trotted up, Hedgie guessed what he wanted to say. Sleep well, he sighed. If you hear bells in your dreams, it will be me pulling my sled. That was the last straw. I don't want to sleep all winter like last year, protested Hedgie. I want to see icicles and snowmen, snowflakes and pond ice. I want to hear sleigh bells. Before Hedgie could yawn again, he decided to turn around and stay up for winter. The night grew frosty cold. Must stay awake, must stay awake, must stay awake to see winter. Hedgie shivered and his eyes closed. From the farmhouse window, Lisa saw a still shape outside in the cold. Poor little hedgehog is frozen stiff, she cried. She bundled him up and brought him inside. Lisa put Hedgie in a tea cozy and gave him a spot by the window. That was a close call, she said. A snowstorm is on the way. You better stay in the house and warm up. See, she put him on the windowsill. To Hedgie's delight, the next morning, he saw the world outside shimmering with snow. The old chicken coop looked like a palace. See the chicken coop with all the icicles. Every day he watched from different windows, and new winter scenes appeared. The pond froze into a shiny mirror. Lisa twirled on her skates as the goose and the gander slid to keep up. To Hedgie's amazement one day, Lisa rolled great balls of snow. Before he knew it, he was looking at his first snowman. He was getting sleepier, but each morning held a new surprise. There's Lisa making the snowman. The little hedgehog was dozing when he heard the tinkling of bells. He tried with all his might and opened his eyes. There was the pony pulling a sled. Lisa made a snowball and tossed it in his direction. Kapoof! Hedgie slept later every day. One day he awoke to see flowers of frost decorating the windows. The trees looked like lace against the sky. I truly have seen winter, was Hedgie's last thought as he nodded back to sleep. Lisa knew it was time. Leaving the door ajar, she cradled the little hedgehog. You belong in the wild, she whispered in his ear as she carried him through the drifts. She crouched beside his burrow and nestled him inside. Sweet dreams, little adventurer, she said. Just then, she noticed the front door was swinging on its hinges. Squawks and rumblings were coming from inside. Lisa peered through the doorway and saw animals, Higgy, Piggy, making a commotion in their house. Each one was thinking, I'll see winter from a nice warm house. Out, out, skedaddle, she laughed. Don't you know this is not where you live? Lisa was shooing the last mouse from the house as Hedgie, snug in his burrow, fell into a deep sleep. He was dreaming about icicles and snowmen, snowflakes, and pond ice. It was a long, snowy nap. The end. See him in his burrow. He's taking his nap. Hope you enjoyed your winter stories today. We have a craft. You have a mitten. A mitten is to keep your hands warm. All these little dots on there can be colored, and the little ridges on the sleeve here. You can color them all one color. You can color different colors, whatever your heart's desire, so that you can take it home and show your mom, your dad, or your grandparents. Any of you children out there that's not at Bridgeway that needs a copy of this, please stop by the library. I have some extras. I have, as you can see behind me, we've added some cute stuff for y'all to see when we do get you back. We have our tree of books. We have Mr. Owl here. He looks so wise. We hope to see you real soon, depending on how the COVID pandemic goes. But I want to remind you the packets that I dropped off at your schools for the 1,000 books before kindergarten. It's really important to remind your mom and dad or your grandparents to bring you in and get you registered and get your reading log. Now, every time we read you a story from Storytime, you get to log that onto your reading log, and it helps your numbers add up so that when you reach 100, you get to come to the toy chest and pick out a toy. So, until the next time that we meet again, stay safe, and we will see you real soon. Bye.